Welcome to how to replace the brake pads on your Ariel Rider X class. As long as you have the right tools, you'll be able to do this at home. Hey, speaking of tools, you'll need these. Some vice grips, a 5mm Allen socket or wrench, and a flathead screwdriver. The first step is to undo these two 5mm, these two 5mm bolts on the top and bottom, and you will remove these completely. This blue stuff on the threads of this bolt is thread locker. That ensures that under vibrations, harshness, that the bolt stays in place. You definitely want to have some to put back on the bolt. Sweet, that's step one. Now that you have your brake caliper off, you want to be very, very careful not to touch the brake lever on the handlebar. All right, now that you've got your caliper off, you're going to want to unbend this pin here, which makes it so that the brake shoes stay in place. And the way you're going to do that is by using the handy dandy vice grip. Now, since these are old and used, I don't really care about touching the surface of them, but as we install the new brake shoes, you want to be very careful to not get your oily, grubby fingers on the surface of these brake shoes. See how my brake pads are worn all uneven? Like how on this left one, on this side, it's much thinner than on this side? That's why I'm replacing them. Now this is where a flathead screwdriver comes into play. It really shouldn't require that much pressure. Gentle but firm. So we'll go ahead and grab our new brake pads. We're gonna slide them up. Just like that. If you're not able to see daylight through this hole, that means that one of the brake pads or the little holder that binds them together isn't exactly lined up properly. So just continue to finagle it around until it works. We'll go ahead and put in our new pin. That was kind of long. And we'll use our channel locks to bend it into place. We'll go ahead and put our caliper back on, making sure to be gentle with the new pads. You don't want to take a chunk out of them. We're going to put these new bolts in hand tight. We don't want to torque them down, and I'll tell you why in a sec. Now you can use a ratchet or some form of leverage just to get it fairly tight, but definitely don't tighten it all the way, because now that the caliper is back on, depress the brake lever so that the brake shoes will align the caliper. And as you hold the brake lever, then you can torque these down. Otherwise, your brakes will be super misaligned. So watch this. See how different that is? All right, so I have long arms, so I can do this, but if you want to, you can grab a friend. But as I'm gonna hold down the brake lever, I'll go ahead and put my ratchet in place. Make sure it's nice and tight, but you don't wanna overdo it.